Lads, it is here. F1 2017 has arrived and it's our first episode of our career mode. In this career mode, if you don't already know, we are going to be driving for Toro Rosso in this career mode. And as you can see there, sorry I forgot to change it onto Carlos Sainz. I accidentally left it onto Danica Fia. This is post commentary, so this is after I've done it. So 25% races, AI difficulty, we'll put it on master. We'll probably up it a bit more in the next couple of episodes, but because it's our first episode, master, yeah. It's just to get used to it. I think I'll be qualifying B20 or something because I've done 2 laps on this game before this career mode, and I admit that 2 laps on this game. So this arrived about an hour ago, so yeah, I've just done 2 laps on time trial in the Toro Rosso around Australia, and I've just jumped straight into this career mode, and I am, boy am I hyped for it. Just going through all the settings now. The races are going to be 25% because I was thinking of 50-25, but I chose 25%. I probably will take a grid penalty in one of the races because I'm quite harsh on the engine and stuff. So yeah. Right, I'll just tell you at the end of this episode, my internal combustion engine, I think it is, that's on 36% or something. So yeah, I'm gonna have to be really cautious going into the next couple of races. If I start from back again, I might take my 5th power units just if I start from the back, because I won't be doing it for this first race because that seems a bit stupid. But
yes, and I respect that.
Yeah, this is Emma, so I won't speak.
So if you want our participation, I'm afraid the concessions are mandatory. Yes, that's fine. Get back to me when you can. Goodbye. No one ever just signs the contract. Anyway, thanks for coming by on such short notice. I just needed to cover a couple of quick things with you before you race. Firstly, as requested, is a copy of your contract. It's a rolling deal. However, the team reserves right of termination if you fail to meet performance standards. You're second driver for now, but work hard, hit your targets, and I'll be able to sweeten the deal. I'm also looking to get you into some invitational events throughout the season. The experience and exposure from these will be great for your image. Plus, you'll get to drive some nice historic cars. Now then, go get ready for the next session, and good luck.
Thank you, Emma. So it's time for practice 1 in Australia. Let's try and build these resource points up. Well, we're just getting our new contract now. As you can see now, we're in practice for the Australian Grand Prix. I think the first we skip practice. This is actually, we skipped practice. This is after our first running quali. We are a position off Danica Fia. That were a banker. So, well, not a position, 2 positions off. Yeah, sorry, I forgot. I didn't include practice. In practice, I forgot to do race strategy and I failed fuel saving because I found that a bit hard. But now we're just looking through the setup, lowering the fuel. I doubt we'll get in any more positions. Looking at all the gearbox and stuff, it's already on 13%. So yeah, that's on 16. I think they're all on 16, 16, 16. Yeah, so I doubt I'll probably be starting from back in this episode, but because it is my first real lap in anger on this game, it's a new game to me, so yeah, I probably won't be that good at it just for these first couple of episodes. And as you can see, this is the Australian Grand Prix
The grid is set then, so that just leaves
qualifying
the race itself.
results.
Join
I
us
am not in the
tomorrow,
top
where we'll
10.
be live with
Danica
all the
Fiat's
action.
15th and
until
I'm
then,
starting
it's
plumb
goodbye.
last. So it's going to be a tough race from here, but going to have to try and do our best and get our way up into the points. So, yeah, like I said in practice, I only failed the fuel saving and I didn't bother doing the race strategy because I didn't have time. But
The old
it's time for the race.
as we usher in what we hope will be a triumphant new era of Formula One racing. For our drivers, though, it's very much business as usual, as they look to be first across that line and get their championship off to a winning start.
Cheers, Crofty. I doubt that'll be me though today. I probably won't even get points, but
where the drivers have 16 corners and 3.3 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles an hour. The close proximity of the barriers makes accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. Today's race, of course, not simply the start of a new season, but the start of a new kind of Formula One. Anthony Davidson, great to have you with us once again. This is a big moment for the sport. Big changes to the technical regulations, the potential perhaps to give us the biggest shake-up since 2014. Very different cars visually and, fingers crossed, much faster as well.
Good thing then that combined these teams put in just a shade over 13,000 kilometres on the clock during testing.
that's a
The cornering
glitch.
speed of these new machines
It's got
is
Lewis Hamilton, it
absolutely
ain't got his
unbelievable.
number
How
on,
many
but
lap records are still held by Michael
it's
Schumacher
only the
from
first day of
2004?
coming out, so
On the
I
right day,
doubt
on the
it'll
right
be.
tyres, we might just be
There will
threatening
be a
them this
couple of
year.
glitches
Wider
here and
tyres,
there,
wider
but
cars, more downforce. I have to say they look great, and the qualifying spectacle is undebatable. Now the big question remains, can they follow? Can they race? Or have these new rules gone too far?
So before the off,
we'll just skip. We don't need to know the grid positions. We've already looked, but let's have a look at the strategy. We'll lower the fuel. It's an easy one stop. Easy peasy. We could have a puncture. We could be on 50% to start the race and we'd still be alright. But 5 lights are on and now they're out. It's lights out and away we go. It's an okay start. It's a terrible start for Wehrlein there. We look to overtake him. No, that's Ericsson, sorry. Ericsson flies down the inside just like me. He goes side by side with Palmer. We touch Alonso. We get a warning for that. But we're up to 17th, not a bad start. Ericsson came flying down the inside like me. But we're going up the inside. We're dive bombing and we're looking up the inside of my teammate, but we thought better of it. We're up to 15th now, so it's been a pretty good start. We need to be aggressive on these first couple of laps because after this they'll probably start picking their pace up and I'll be losing mine. So we'll just coming round turn 8, I think it is. We're looking down the inside of Danica Fiat into 14th. That's a nice move going into turn 9. Danica Fiat's now down to 15th. Ahead of Danica Fiat on the first lap when we started P20, so that's quite a good start actually. We corner cut a bit turn 12, but now we're on the back of Sergio Perez. If you watched Arava's career, he's done Toro Rosso too, and he's been having a battle with Sergio Perez, and it looks like I'm going to have one too this season with Force India. Hopefully Kvyat can back me up, but that will get points in this first race. Lewis Hamilton sets the fastest lap of the race. We're in the slipstream with Sergio Perez. We're looking down the inside, but we think better of it. No, we don't. We go down the inside. We go onto the grass to take avoiding action because we might have chipped off a bit of my front wing. I don't really know where it is after the wider and longer front wings this season. But now I've got Danica Fiat right on my gearbox, but he doesn't go for a move. Thank you for him there. Now flat turn 5, even in the race after a couple of laps, it's still flat. We go purple to the first sector, but that's because, yeah. And now as we move on to lap 4, couple of laps into this race, as you can see, we just overtook Sergio Perez. We're in a bit of a scrap with him right now. I overtook him, then he overtook me, now we're back to where it was. We're ahead of him, we've run a little bit wide, we just missed the apex. That gives Perez a bit of a look up down the inside, but he thinks better of it. And now as we move onto the same lap on lap 4, but coming up to the 11 and 12, Sergio Perez is looking round my outside. We have to leave him the space, try and do a switchback move on him. This is great racing between the two of us here. I went onto the grass coming into turn 12, but we look down the inside on Sergio Perez. We force him out onto the curbing, and that gives and as we look behind, Danica Fiat and Nico Hulkenberg are battling away for position. That's very good to see from the AI. They aren't giving up the position easily, and I had to work for that position then. As we can see, 2 by 2 going into turn 13, I don't know, I think it's 13. As you can see, me and Perez going side by side. We just edge him out. We've run a little bit wide into the gravel, but it's all okay. We're around the final corner. I bet Perez is going to be chasing me down. He slips into my slipstream. Now as we go down the main straight, he's going to look down the inside. Is he? No, he thinks better of it. As we took a bit too much curb, we saw a corner cut, but he'll be on my back going down this. Right, and now as we skip on to lap 5, Sergio Perez is looking down my inside. He's going to do it. We have to leave him the space on the entrance, and I think we bang a bit there, but he's overtook me. We're going to keep it round the outside. We've touched his front left, and we've spun. I think we'll flash back that because I don't really know what happened there. It just sort of a slide plug glitch, it's sort of one, but we flash back it again. We break even later this time. Still have to start leaving the space, but it wasn't really there. And now coming to round turn 13, luckily we are side by side, so you don't have to crash. But like I was saying, it is good that the AI don't give the position up easily. You do have to battle for position. And now we try and break Sergio Perez's slipstream, but he's tucked in again. As you see a Ferrari coming out the pits, Sergio Perez isn't going to make a move going into turn 1, but he might down this second DRS straight. No, he isn't. And now, as we come onto the lap where we're coming into the pits, Sergio Perez did overtake me just before we came into the pits, but we need a good pit stop now, guys. Release the clutch in. We've had to wait for Sergio Perez, but we are that far behind. We might be able to overtake him on the out lap. I doubt it though, because we'll have cold tyres, and yeah, he's pulled quite a far ahead. So I don't think we'll be able to do anything about that. But we're about a second behind. We've got DRS, but yeah, we're still about a second behind. We're on lap 7, by the way, so I bet Sergio Perez is going to pull away now if we need to stay in his slipstream, which we didn't do. And now as we come on to lap 13, I think this is, me and Danica Fiat are going side by side. This is brilliant action here. I'm the one on the left as on your screen. That's me there. And then Julian Palmer gets into the action, squeezes Danica Fiat onto the grass. He touches me, and that was 3 wide going into turn 3. But I keep my position of 13th because yes, it was Kevin Magnussen who retired, but I didn't show it. It was down at turn 13, I think, down that runoff area. And yeah, we are on lap 13, so we're coming to the end of this first race. 13th place I will take, but we ain't over yet. We've got Julian Palmer right on my gearbox. He's gonna look to go down my inside, but he thinks better of it going into turn 9. Now 11 and 12. Oh, he's weaving everywhere. I go offensive going on the outside. We corner cut to try and keep the position, but he didn't challenge us there. And as we come on to the final lap now, Julian Palmer didn't challenge us really. And round the final corner to complete our first race of this season, 13th place, I will very take indeed. after starting P20 to come 13th place. That is not a bad start to the season. 13th place, hopefully next race we can get some points. But for a start, for the first race ever I have done on F1 2017, 13th place I will take. And now I think we're going to come to the invitational events after this, and we will show you it. We're going to do Japan short pursuit
Anthony,
one,
what
but
do you think made the difference here?
Lewis Hamilton wins. I think it was Bottas second and Raikkonen third. No, Raikkonen second and Bottas third. But now, yeah, I think we're going to move on to the pursuit. Kimi Raikkonen just seems unstoppable on F1 2017. All the YouTubers is unstoppable, and luckily Lewis Hamilton wins this race. But he was still second place. Don't think I've watched the race where Kimi Raikkonen hadn't finished on the podium. But now, as we can see, we're coming to the start of the pursuit race. We've skipped all the bits with Jonathan, the rich man, in, but coming to the start of this race, put it into gear 1, and I'm going to not speak for this one because the engine sound absolutely amazing. So I'll speak to you at the end. As you can see there, I won't speak to you at the end because it's my first lap racing in this car. He seems to get the nose in quite well. That's why I sort of cut the corner, because I wasn't expecting it to turn in that quick. It just put it in there and it sticks. But coming to the end of lap 1, it takes about 30 seconds to complete a lap. We've run onto the grass sort of on the exit, but now we're coming to the end of this race. We won't show you the whole of this one, but we're coming to the end of the episode too. So if you did enjoy this episode, don't forget to smash a like, subscribe if you're new for more content like this, and as you can see there, we do win that race. So yeah guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new, like if you enjoyed this video. Smasher Sam out. Bye guys, see you next time for part 2.